chance for everyone to get together and talk, discuss with other students and industry people, and it's about the CRC students coming together and giving them access to industry.
I'm very, very passionate about the whole idea about linking chefs with the primary producers, not only for the development of product, but also for the enrichment of your own knowledge about where food comes from, and then the passion of being able to communicate that across to the customer.
It's given them the chance to talk with the chefs, find out where their end produce is and be proud of what they produce and see it finished in a different product.
One of our major problems is actually getting people out there actually eating our product, and if the chefs don't know how to cook with it, don't have access to the product, well then consumers can't actually eat it.
We need to have relationships that allow us to get, instead of maybe 30% of the menu being focused on seafood, or maybe even 20%, we need to be able to have relationships that say, you know what, the bounty was great this week, I've just heard it from the producer, and there's something really exciting happening with abalone, a new way that we've been able to use, say, the roe in this dish, and maybe it means we sell more seafood.
I think it just gives the opportunity for everyone to interact, whether it be industry, research, and those people that are actually working sort of hands-on from a farming perspective, a research perspective, or the chefs in the kitchens.
When I first saw the agenda for it, I was very excited because I'm a big fan of MasterChef. And Adriana Zumbo is a hero of mine, so yeah, it was very exciting to see the planned agenda for this one.
They've come up with a restaurant concept, and then my role today was pretty much take their ideas and actually condense it into a prep list, a shopping list, giving them recipes and then just pushing them to execute it.
Not only were the chefs able to expand their horizons about the possibilities of using different seafood species, it was also, I think, really important for our students to realise that, well, they're working in the food industry. Even though they might be working on prawn genetics, for example, in the laboratory, at the end of the day, they're working for the food industry and they're producing a product that ends up on people's plates. And sometimes they're ending up on plates in fine dining restaurants that people are paying a lot of money for. And also the aquaculture producers and the wild catch fishermen got to connect with the people that are taking their product and using it. So the chefs almost become, at the end of the day, like the face of the seafood industry.
I think it definitely gives us the opportunity to get a feel for what the chefs actually want. And we probably don't do that enough, and I think the CRC has provided an avenue for us to actually do that, get out there, meet the people that are actually cooking the product that we're trying to grow.
If the producers have that connection with the end users, then there's the direct linkages there to figure out what they want, how they want their product, and then we can work towards producing it.
Something else that really came out of this event was the camaraderie of the students and putting them together in teams and for them to actually work on a 2-day group activity. It was just really humbling to see them sharing their thoughts and ideas. They became like a real cohort of the CRC.
Coming from Western Australia, there aren't very many that are involved with the fishing industry, so I always enjoy coming over and being able to mingle and see what everyone's up to and how sort of if other projects can help mine or mine can help theirs.
Our students are spread all over Australia, and this is one time every year that they all get together and can share not only their concerns and their fears and their worries, but also the good things that are happening in their research.
To just meet a lot of students that are actually in the same boat as I am, so in their PhD, in their masters, struggling with some things, but having this absolutely amazing industry mentors, CRC, that always helps us.
There's almost a silo effect, and it's breaking down those barriers so people talk and come together at conferences or meetings like this and get to know each other and develop those, that network of contacts. It's helpful for the future sustainability of the source, and that's what we're all trying to work towards.
To understand what up-and-coming researchers are doing across the place and how it fits in to the other scope of works that I've got. So although I only work in the Queensland context, getting a bit of a national feel for things is also a good way to sort of keep the grey matter ticking over.
Our ultimate goal is to have industry-ready graduates who have contacts with the industry and potentially will be employed either directly by the seafood industry or be a research provider for the seafood industry. And this experience and this interaction is going to certainly increase the probability of that happening.
The beauty of this project was putting us all in a room together and not just having us talk about issues, but setting up a framework that forced us to interact, that forced producers, researchers, and professional chefs who are out there pushing the product every day, in essence, to understand one another.
What I've got from the chefs is they're always interested in looking at new things, new products, and they want to be the first one to use that. And I guess me chatting to them about sea cucumber might get it up there in the back of their minds.
If each one of us can influence in some way chefs or the final end product, then it's going to do a lot better for all of our industries.
Or if you're in the case of, say, Jared Ingersoll, who writes his menu daily, you know, today he could have something on the menu that is a direct result of the conversation he had yesterday. And it wouldn't have happened without this conference.
Whenever you have something like this, where you've got the producers, the researchers, the people who are actually at the coalface producing the product, there's quite often there's a misinterpretation or a misunderstanding of what the end user wants. And the end user being the restaurants and ultimately the customers.
I think the CRC is taking the students who are principally researchers and they're driven by research to get them to understand the broader context of the seafood industry and understand that ultimately their research is contributing towards profitability for the seafood industry, but also an enjoyable eating experience for the average consumer.
So it's really important that I am open to whatever I can do to help these guys produce fantastic product.
If we can produce something that the chefs can present in a way that the public will love and that's increasing the seafood consumption, then that's a great thing. But if we're producing something that can't be used, or or if with a little bit of information can be tweaked so it's better, then I think it's valuable information to know.
Chefs are using the produce in the right way and that more of it is getting out to the consumer.
Well, our restaurant is going to be called the Ugly Fish Restaurant. Our slogan is love the seafood that's hard to love. And there's a lot of our seafood products that people don't buy because it looks ugly or they don't know how to prepare it. And so we're trying to take that seafood, which has the bonus of generally being quite cheap, and turn it into really attractive, tasty products. And I think it's a fantastic concept that I reckon could fly in the real world as well.
Our chef has steered us down, or steered the group down a dessert path using prawns, which is, for me, I'm cautiously optimistic.
I think CRC has provided us an avenue for actually getting out there and meeting chefs, and they've really encouraged us to go out there and just start knocking on doors.
A chef's network would give a structure to these future learnings and really a time frame.
It's always a fantastic experience for networking, for meeting other students, for meeting the people involved within the Seafood CRC themselves. They're always fun, they're always interactive, and there's always a lot to learn.
I saw people like Adriana Zumbo and Jared Ingersoll, and Alex Kearns, these guys at the top of their field in this country, who were literally having epiphanies and being excited by what these researchers were doing. It was just magnificent. Chefs want to be known for making advancements. If there were a framework, an ongoing framework that allowed them to tap into the latest research, the latest innovation, to have regular sit-downs, regular conversations, speed dial with producers and researchers, that allows a fast track to be innovative, to be on the cusp of what's happening in the culinary world. Every chef is going to want to be a part of that.
Because we have now started an official dialogue, not only with the chefs, but with the producers of Australian seafood and also the research community, and we're really passionate to keep that dialogue going.